Hello, friends. Welcome to yet another episode of Tea Talk with me, Owen Fernandez. I wish everyone a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever in the world you are. Today is the 28th of October, and we are at episode 52. Our topic for today is how to live life well without regrets. Now, some may ask me, Owen, from where did you get this topic? Friends, regret free living results from honoring and aligning your head, your heart to the doing of your hands. I repeat, regret free living results from honoring and aligning your head, your heart to the doing of your hands. It primarily comes from deep levels of self awareness and, of course, by nurturing habits of reflection. Now, you may say, and I agree with you, Owen, who has the time for it? Life is so fast paced. As I said before, I agree with you. But what will happen when we have the time for it later in our old age? Friends, most of us tend to act first and then think later. In fact, we are programmed for it. Now, having said that, and believing that I am not called to judge anyone, to each his own, it is a cycle of constant evolution where one needs to know the good from the bad and change attitude and behaviors, which in turn will result into good habits and favorable outcomes through better actions, not causing regrets at a later stage in life. Now, why did I pick up this topic? If you know, in episode 51, I spoke about being overwhelmed last week. And all through this week, I was thinking about the life of my mother as she wages a battle in an ICU, an intensive care unit, off and on life support in a hospital in Bombay. Now, I must admit that she is and has been not only a good mother, but a great mother. And if I were to put her in one statement, I would say a selfless woman of great character. Now, friends, when it comes to life and death, as you and I know, we do not determine the time. Nobody does. So I began to wonder what could be going on in her mind as she lay down there. She's not in a position to interact and speak to any one of us. So I began to wonder what could be going on in her mind as she lay down there. For those who do not know her, she is almost touching 80 years. So my question was, what do people think in the final stages of their life? Now, as I said before, I want my mother to live as long as the Lord allows her. But this topic made me curious and to a certain extent restless as well. So, friends, while I am not in a position to tell people how to live their lives, I do consider myself as someone, some little one, who can influence them how not to regret it in the final stages. Some of us may get a chance to do damage control and rectify, and some may not. So today, I'm sharing a very special book called The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying, a life transformed by the dearly departing. So, friends, grab a cup of tea or coffee, take a comfortable seat, relax as we go deeper into this topic. Episode number 52: How to Live Well Without Regrets. Please, if you're here for the very first time, do let me know in the chat box where you are watching from. And if possible, connect with me, and you're free to add whatever you want to wish, to add to those people that are going to watch right now live or at a later stage in a replay. So let me just greet some people. Oh, I have a good friend of mine, Brian Miranda. Good afternoon, Brian. Brian is in London. So there is my daughter today. They have got a short break. It's called the winter autumn break. So Lisa is on the line. Thank you, Lisa, for turning up and supporting your father. Of course, Peter Bordage is there always. He says that we need to strive to live without regrets, and this is what the whole topic about. I've got a friend from Oman, Adnani. Thanks very much. Oh, I have got a person from Nigeria, Lagos. Okay, yeah. Thank you so much, Kaore, for showing up. So, friends, without much ado, let's get into the topic right away. So, this time, I'm going to share with you the cover of this book. And let me tell you a little brief background. Why did I choose this book? Friends, in 2009, Bronnie Ware from New South Wales, Australia, wrote an online article called Regrets of the Dying. It was to share her experience about her time as a palliative carer or a caretaker of the dying. She used to take care of patients in the last 12 weeks of their lives. Working with dying people and developing close relationships with them during their last weeks, she says, changed her life forever. Very unexpectedly, the article written by her primarily to honor the wisdom of her patients and their life parting requests gained multiple millions of views worldwide. She started getting a lot of requests, and people asked her to share more of her life and how to apply the wisdom she gained from those patients for the benefit of all others. So, this book, which is a great piece of work, came out because of that article. It became an international bestseller, read by over 1 million people in 32 languages, with an expected movie in the pipeline. So I just gave you a brief background about this book. Now, this book is a courageous, life changing book that will leave you feeling more courageous, compassionate, and inspired to live how your heart is truly calling you. Bronnie Ware writes of the phenomenal clarity of vision that people gain. Now, this is very important. She writes about the phenomenal clarity of vision that people gain at the end of their lives, and how we who are living right now might learn from their wisdom. When questioned about any regrets they had or anything they would do differently, she says common themes surfaced over and over again. And this, my friend, I would like to share with all those on the call, or those who would later on watch the recording. Now, friends, let me be very clear out here. One thing on regret before we get to the list, and I would like to be very, very clear on this. It is important to remember that whatever stage we are at in life, there is no need for regret. The process of regret is one that provides nothing but suffering for ourselves as we begin to allow the past to dictate how we should feel now. So, if you're doing that, stop it. Instead, we can use the past as a reference point to understand what adjustments, as long as we are breathing, what adjustments we need to do in order to move forward well. Now, these adjustments do not have to come out of pain, sorrow, regret, or judgment, but simply a matter of choice to do things in a different way. Friends, it's not surprising to see what made the list, and I'm sure at this point of time, you're curious to know what is the list all about. Now, this list is about all things that touch each of our lives as we struggle to pay attention to and make times for the things that we truly love. So, here are the top 5 regrets of the dying as witnessed by Bronnie Ware. I believe there is a profound message to all of us adults, irrespective of where we find ourselves in life at this particular moment. Friends, I don't need to overemphasize the point that life is fragile and we need to make it count. So let's get into it straight away. So let me have a look at if there are any messages on the chat. Oh, a very good friend of mine, Neville. Okay, from my school, but now living in Poland. He's normally on the ship, sending all the get well soon prayers and positive thoughts to my mom. Thank you so much. I have a friend from India as well, Pratik. Thank you. Welcome. Good. So let's get started right away. Top 5 regrets of the dying. The first one is this: I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Now, just in case, if you're not able to read the contents of the slide well, I repeat it. I wish, regret number 1, I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Bronnie says that this was the most common regret of all. When people realize that their life is almost over and look back clearly on it, it becomes easy to see how many dreams have gone unfulfilled. Most people had not honored even half of their dreams and had to die knowing that it was due to choices they had made or choices that they failed to make. Friends, health brings a freedom very few realize until they no longer have it. Choice. My question is, what are you doing about your dreams, your aspirations? Or are you playing second fiddle to the expectations that people have placed on you? Ralph Waldo Emerson says, health is indeed wealth. You cannot enjoy wealth if you're not in good health. So, the topmost regret, according to Bronnie Ware, I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life of others expected of me. So, if you have any comments or if you feel that you can identify yourself, today is the day that you can turn around and live life true to yourself. So, let's go to regret number 2 of the dying. I wish I hadn't worked so hard. I repeat, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. Now, this came from every male patient that Bronnie Ware nursed. They missed their children's youth. They missed the companionships of their wives or partners. Women also spoke of this regret. But as most were from an older generation, many of the female patients had not been breadwinners. She says all of the men that she nursed deeply regretted spending so much of their lives on the treadmill of a work existence. Work, 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 work. They missed their children's youth, their growing up. They missed spending time with their partners, their better halves, or their spouses and their companionship. So, my question today is, what about you? Some fodder to choose here, something to think about. Are you in the rat race of constantly doing and doing and doing and making ends meet, not being true to yourself, giving up on your aspirations and your dreams, just joining what all the others do? Indeed, something to think about. Regret number three is, I wish I had the courage to express my feelings. She says that many people suppress their feelings in order to keep peace with others. Now, in a way, it's good not to instigate, not to trigger certain things, but at what cost? I repeat, she says that many people suppress their feelings in order to keep peace with others. What was the outcome? As a result, they settled for a mediocre existence and never became who they were truly capable of becoming. They never became who they were truly capable of becoming. Can you imagine the regret in the last few weeks of your lives? In fact, many developed illnesses related to the bitterness and resentment that they had carried for years as a result. Think about it, friends. Nobody is guaranteed of tomorrow. Not I, not you, not a single person. Yes, we'll live on hope and faith. It's good. Yes, it's good to keep a positive attitude, a positive mindset. So if you have got any unexpressed feelings that suffocate you inside, whereas externally you show that everything is okay, trust me, you are a good object for illnesses to be attracted to you. I wish I had the courage to express my feelings. Let's go to the fourth one. And here, this morning, I invited on a Facebook, WhatsApp chat my school friends and asked them, time permitting, if they could show up. Next year, we are spending, we are actually, in fact, celebrating 50 years when we first met in the kindergarten of our school. It's sad to say that we lost two or three friends, and one of them, Vinod D'Souza, was a very dear friend to me. So, top five regrets of the dying is, I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. Ware says often they would not truly realize the full benefits of old friends until their dying weeks. And of course, it was not always possible to track them down because life gets in the way. Thanks to technology, if any of my friends and any of my school friends or my childhood friends are listening to my voice, I would like to get in touch with you. I would like to share my story and I would like to hear your story. So, as I said, I have got Neville on the call. I've got Brian on the call. I'm not very sure if Oscar is there on the call. He said that he's going to show up, but it doesn't matter. In fact, Bronny says that many had become so caught up in their own lives that they had let golden friendships slip over the years. Friendships that were so dear to us when we were growing up together. Friendships that were so precious to us during our playing days, during our school days, and even for many of us after school days. The book talks about that there were many deep regrets about not giving friendships the time and effort that they deserved. Does this regret resonate with you? Are they friends that you have not bothered about being entangled in your own life and with your own issues? Hold on, it might catch up with you later. As you age, as you have time on your hands, and when you are less and less productive. Friends, everyone misses their friends when they are dying. So, my question to you today, what does this say to you? Pick the telephone, send a message, write a note, write a letter if possible, make an effort because technology is not always bad. It's the way you see it. Why don't you use technology in order to get reconnected to your friends? Preparing. Hey, listen, let's get together. We'll have a great time. We'll discuss how life treated us. We'll discuss our own stories. We'll discuss our own challenges, our own obstacles. What a great feeling it could be for the soul to reconnect with old friends. And finally, the fifth regret was something very surprising. It says, I wish I had let myself be happier. I repeat, I wish I had let myself be happier. Now, Bronny says this is surprisingly a common one. Why? According to her, many did not realize until the end that happiness is a choice and nothing to be chased. In fact, she says that they had stayed stuck in old patterns and habits. The so called comfort of familiarity overflowed into their emotions as well as their physical lives. Fear of change had them pretending to others and to themselves that they were content when deep within they were struggling. They longed to laugh properly and have silliness in their life again. So basically, she's saying that they were living, two different lives. A life that they showed outside and a life of intense turmoil inside. In fact, this point is also connected to the previous points They failed to express their emotions. Here I would like to quote Jessica Lange, who says, I regret those times when I've chosen the dark side. I've wasted enough time not being happy. End of quote. So, friends, my question right now at this point of time, as you listen to my call, is life taking you to a point where it snatches away your joy, your peace, your smile, your laughter? When was the last time that you had a great session of laughter around? Humor is something that is very important to our existence. Think about it. Is life taking you to a point where it just snatches away your joy, your peace, your smile, your laughter? Humor is the essence of life, friends. Learn to laugh, learn to smile in all your challenges. Remember this: happiness is a choice, and you create it through your mindset. So let me have a look at the chat box. If there is anything that anybody has shared. Adnan says, very knowledgeable session. Thank you. So, friends, in summarizing, have a look at this. Ask yourself, which is the area that you need to eliminate before being regretful towards the end of your life? You can do it now. The choice is completely yours. In closing, I would like to share a quote from the book itself, from Bronnie Ware. Without having to wait until your final hours, you, which is me, and you, have the choice to change your life, read our lives, to be courageous, to live a life true to your heart, to my heart, one that will see us pass without regret. What's your greatest regret so far? And what will you set out to achieve or change before the day of reckoning comes? Friends, time is precious, and we have got a limited time in this world. Live a life of no regrets. Health is the greatest gift. Contentment is the greatest wealth. Faithfulness, the best relationship. So, as I wind up this topic, may you use this wisdom shared as encouragement to fully experience the life you deserve, one embracing fulfillment. Thanks for watching. You will find the references of what has been shared at the end of this talk. Feel free to use them further for your personal growth and development. And friends, if you like this episode, please comment and share. You can watch the recording later on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. They're all there. Also, you could go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to it. All the previous episodes, including this one, gets normally uploaded onto my Facebook and onto my YouTube channel. There you will find this video as well as many other videos. Remember, friends, the win is always within you. I am here to help you be victorious. I believe in you, and together we can. And just in case, if you have a moment, please say a silent prayer to my dear mom, who for the last 2 months has been in and out of the ICU almost 8 times in 2 countries. So just take a moment of silence and help me celebrate the wonderful life that she has given five of us in the family. As I said before, she has been a selfless woman who gave more than all she could give. In spite of having lost her husband and our dear father very early in life, she did all that a mother could do. I just pray that she would recover fully in health. And if it's not the will of God, I pray that she would find rest finally. Thank you so much. See you on the next call. See you on the next episode with Tea Time with Owen. Bye for now.